So through last video lessons we have seen the process of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is actually the process through which plants produce food. Then there is another food producing process called chemosynthesis. So in photosynthesis we need the presence of light, but in case of chemosynthesis it occurs in total darkness in the sea floor, and it only requires certain chemicals for the synthesis of food. So in chemosynthesis, the principle behind chemosynthesis is the conversion of chemical energy to another form of chemical energy using some catalytic substances and pigments. And likewise in photosynthesis, the chemosynthesis process is also present in autotrophs. So but the autotrophs that involved in the chemosynthesis is not a plant, but some unicellular prokaryotic groups called cyanobacteria or archaeobacteria. So chemosynthesis actually happen deep in the sea floor in certain hydrothermal vents. So hydrothermal vents are parts of the sea floor through which the hot temperature inside the mantle of the earth will be expelled to the outside environment. So this expulsion happens through hydrothermal vents, and there are certain organisms that lives beside this hydrothermal vent, and these organisms utilize the hydrogen sulfide from the hydrothermal vent and carbon and water to form some their own food materials. And this entire process happens in the absence of light. So in this process what happens is that the carbon dioxide and the water and hydrogen sulfide get combined to form sugar and other sulfur compounds like sulfuric acid and sulfuric acid, etc. So this process happens in case of some deep sea organisms as well as archaeobacteria. So these organisms can survive in conditions in which there is absence of light, and the amount of sugar that is produced by chemosynthesis is much more than the photosynthesis, and also the photosynthesis produces oxygen as a byproduct, but here in the case of chemosynthesis the byproducts are always sulfur compounds. And likewise in photosynthesis we use both carbon dioxide and water. Here in chemosynthesis also we use both carbon dioxide and water, but in case of chemosynthesis there is another additional substance, and that is hydrogen sulfide. So here the hydrogen sulfide act as a counterpart of the sunlight. So the chemical energy in hydrogen sulfide is actually stored in the chemical bonds of the sugar. So chemosynthesis is a process by which a type of chemical energy is converted to another type of chemical energy through the production of sugar in the absence of light.